Crush was a pretty strong and a big factor in their team fights.
That gives them such a good frontline duo. We talk a lot about Teamy as an engaged character, using the Pooty Poots, oftentimes the Chain Lance or Flicker and combo. Now you have the Crest as well,
Yeah.
who doesn't just work as an engage with the Metamorphosis, but can also use it to disengage teammates who are overextended.
Yeah, and it's huge. And when he has a Metamorphosis, he can zone out the carry, the ADC of Team Nova, so that they cannot focus on their opponent as they want to.
So the hand has been shown very early for Pain Gaming. Crest is going to be their decision that they're going to go with. Clearly, how can Nova combat that with their remaining 4 picks?
I think the key with Crash is they have to kind of bait out his ultimate. It was buffed, so he can actually recycle it and get it back up in about 30 seconds in the late game, which is huge. So they need to fight around that ultimate and make sure they don't engage unless it's down.
They will, I think, also need to look for a bit more CC. Having the potential of Liliana already helps, the Omen already helps. Stun out the Crash when they go for these hard engages, split up the team so that they can't just be a wrecking ball of death. And instead, maybe you can get to the backlines where the lower HP damage characters are lurking.
Yeah, and there's a Slims we picked up, which leaves Lindis open for Nova, and they can really put some early game aggression, because Arduin, Omen, very strong early, and you pick a Lindis as well, it's going to be really strong. Jinnar, very interesting.
Like this.
Jinnar is actually very strong in terms of when enemy team bunches up against you. So when Omen ults to Jinnar, he can turn on his ult and do lots of counter damage back.
I used the term death ball moments ago, and I would like to redouble that now. Initially, I just meant that was going to be Teamy Crash probably engaging together. Now they have a Jinnar as well. They are so incentivized to stay together and move as one unit that will push through these team fights, and if they're nearly as clumped as they were last game, I really like Pain Gaming's side.
Yeah, definitely. And Lindis here, strong early game. Nova needs to make sure they win that early game and do not give over first blood like they did last time. Their aggressiveness needs to be more calculated. But the one thing I do want to point out again is the Slims, the Teamy, the Crash. That's a really solid combo there. Slims lands a flying spear, Teamy lands a stun, and then the Crash ultimate, that's going to be devastating.
So then now that you've got 4 of the 5 picks for Pain Gaming, after the Lindis and Mina are locked in, how can Pain Gaming round out this composition to ensure that they get this clean 2-0?
Flash would be good here. Raz would be good as well. There's a lot of CC that they both can offer.
Where are you running
actually, no,
Jinnar?
sorry, not Raz. Jinnar is there.
Yeah.
But side lane, they can probably pick, like, for example, Roxy is open. I don't know if Wukong is a good pick here, but maybe they're really good Wukong players.
I actually like this, because I think they're looking for burst damage as left. They need something that's high DPS, because the rest of the team doesn't really have that. Now, I think the major weakness of the Pain Gaming roster right here is most of their damage is coming from that Slims, who isn't in and of himself the highest damage jungle character you can run. So doubling down, finding a bit more damage from their side lane with ZRK, I think that's a very good choice.
It's going to be the Kilgroth that's locked in, so you still have a lot of power as well as the split push if they aren't careful in making sure that they keep themselves grouped up. Gentlemen, you can see yourselves the picks. Does Nova have what it takes to make it a 1-1?
Yeah, they need to. Mina strong early, Lindis, Arduin, Omen, all very strong early. You have to win early game for sure, because Slims is weak early, Crush is weak early, Kilgroth not as good early as well, Jinnar as well. So, like, I feel like Nova needs to win an early game and snowball it.
I object. I'm on the Pain train. Because
Didn't you just try to make a, 0.5 comparison saying that Nova was going to turn around? Are you already... See, this is why I can't give you half points.
Can you give me a third of a point?
No, you don't get a third of a point. You get no points. But the viewers at home, they get giveaways. We've been talking about it all time, and now it is time for another giveaway. We've got some hero chests to swipe across and to give to all of you. Remember, these are region-locked Europe, North America, and Latin America. I know I mistimed that swipe just a little bit. Those are region-locked, as I said yet again, so make sure whichever region you're in, you are giving those. But now, gentlemen, we've seen the rosters. I know you're wanting a third of a point, but TJ... is Pain going to walk with this, or will Nova tie this up?
So I said I disagree with Sui. I think primarily I disagree. I think Crest is very, very good in the early game once he gets his ultimate. That's like a very narrow window, but the ability to almost redouble your HP before anyone else has the damage to deal with it, I think is very strong.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. But Nova has a much stronger early game composition. But it's going to come down to the team fight. And Pain Gaming has showed us they are better at team fighting in game one. So if Nova doesn't fix their communication issues, then Pain Gaming is going to take this game. But Nova should win based on their draft and how strong their early game is.
Looking at the early game, seeing what Nova has decided to create for their strategy, first 2 minutes, what are we expecting to see?
Yeah, first 2 minutes, Nova needs to take Abyssal Dragon. They need to take a first tower within the 3 minutes, and they need to basically shut down and start invading the jungle so Slims does not take it away.
Well, there you heard it. Papa Sweejay has the strategy for victory. Pain Gaming is up 1 game over Nova. It is a best of 2, and now Nova has an opportunity to strike back. Gentlemen, let's see how this game plays out.
I'm uncomfortable with the idea of you as a paternal figure, I'd just like to say. It's all about this early game, though. You set it up. How do we see the early pressure developing? It's only Nova peeking into their opponent's jungle.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to wait until they're all level 2 or 3 here, and then they're going to start making a play. Nova can definitely get an easy side lane. Arjun is going to win the side lane against the Crash, and the Omen will win the side lane against the Kilgroth as well here. So as long as they can win their side lanes and exert pressure to mid lane, and then get a few jungle invades or picks, then Nova can take this game away.
It's all about these initial pushes. Mirotic has been the front line for this team, using the Mina so very well. That cannot change now as they start off with a good pull. Getting ZRK into the midst of them, they don't yet have either ult to really nail them down, though.
Yeah, really nice rotation by Mirotic there. And remember, Mina has a Death Set pull, and Omen has Death Set back. They have 2 pulls in their kit there, so if they can do these pulls properly, they can get a lot of nice picks.
Hard push coming through in the jungle, just as the fight really breaks out up top. Shaka doesn't yet have the utility to win that fight dominantly, and as a result, Nova fall off of their push into the jungle.
Yeah, you can see there, Nova is winning river control. They are getting more pressure, and as a result, Lindis and Liliana and the Mina are rotating together. That's exactly what you want to do and get some key picks here. And nice pull there, look at that. Wow, he had to flicker out.
Very good pull, like you say, and they instantly have the follow-up. That gives them so much control on the bottom side of the map, just as Pain Gaming settle for the Spirit Sentinel. That Abyssal Dragon should be taken down bottom.
Yeah, definitely. They got the Spirit Sentinel, but Nova definitely needs to trade for this dragon. Hopefully, they get this dragon here, and they will secure the dragon. That's huge for Nova so far.
In the meantime, there is a wave being cut up top. Pain Gaming want to be 100% sure they can get this tower, and without any minions to defend, they should get it. Down bottom, Nova will go through, the Reiki shot connects! That's an opening kill. Deathbecker did land in the meantime onto White, and ZRK, who had left this fight to try buy time, has sacrificed his ally. Shaka can disengage and clear the way.
Yeah.
Beautifully done from Pain.
2 huge plays just happened. The Reiki shot landing on a teammate. I watched it happen, TJ. As soon as it landed, the teammate just exploded, and then the beautiful Death's Embrace by Shaka onto White there, getting the kill onto Slim. That's the power of Omen and why he's always first picked or banned usually. And right now, Nova is definitely playing to their win conditions. So they need to keep this up. Keep up the pressure and make sure they continue to fight when they have these ultimates up.
Nova should have won that top lane fight, though. Or, Pain Gaming should have.
Right.
They had 2 players there. They left the Slims alone because ZRK thought maybe he should rotate all the way down to the mid lane fight.
Yeah, exactly. And this is where Mina there, beautiful Dr. Minion gets Craig caught out.
The flicker in!
Look at
Metamorphosis as well. That should be devastating with the exuberance, but Bobo, he's not doing enough damage, and the Reiki shot lands again. That needs to be a disengage. Only Adol will fall.
Yeah, and like I said, man, Taku on this Crash, these ultimates have been so on point, and you saw the engage there, the Flicker and Junior Exuberance ultimate going in there along with the Crash ultimate. That was such a beautiful combo to turn that fight completely around because they lost that fight. Cray was locked down and killed, but Pain Gaming came out on top, and that's the decisiveness that we saw from Game 1 in terms of how their team fight mechanics have been working out for them.
Being able to flicker in with the General just as the Metamorphosis wave lands,
yeah,
that's synergy.
That was insane. You can tell they're communicating really, really well with each other.
Nova need to continue playing defense here as trying to get this Abyssal. I'm not sure they can. I'm not sure this is the time. Mirotic getting slowed down. Tycho in the meantime will have a rotate coming through. That Metamorphosis should be available, and it is. There it is. Mirotic, very low on HP, will spend the Dark Dominion. I'm not sure that's what you want, though. Momo will stop the chase. They're going to turn around and consider going for this Abyssal.
Yeah, this is Nova's chance to be aggressive because the Metamorphosis is down now. They have the advantage. However, Mirotic, he's not making any difference here. He's using his Dark Dominion on Cray, who is a support, and I want him to use a Dark Dominion on the key carries, the high-value targets, like White, like Momo. Those are the ones you want to use Dark Dominion on to secure and get the kill on. So Mina is going to play a critical, pivotal part in these team fights, because once Mina gets behind, that is not good for her.
Abyssal Dragon will be picked up by Nova. Looking for more.
Yeah, the Spirit Sentinel is going to be taken by Pain Gaming. That's going to be the second Spirit. But so far, Nova doing well, though. Getting 2 Abyssal Dragon, which is huge. And look
good
at
rotate.
the damage.
SA will be able to find the kill. Being a pro is active. White falls in trade. Cray needs to disengage and barely does so. ZRK actually aggressively eating that Riki shot. That may cost them, as now the tower is under proper threat. Pain needs a hold. ZRK will have the clear. There's the Exuberance. They hold the line. Momo very low, but he's done enough. Even as Munster kills him, the tower takes almost no damage.
Yeah, Munster is taking this game. He's level 9. Look at White, level 7. Look at the amount of gold he has as well.
Now the threat comes through again to that top lane tower. This time it will fall. The deaths used to defend it all in vain, as now Nova look to be back in it.
Yeah, definitely here. You can see Sir Munster has been getting these kills. He is the one that's fed on this team, doing so much damage as Lynn is. That's exactly how you want to play, and you want to take this game away. So now what they need to do is Nina and Shaka here, they need to focus on White. As soon as they kill White, they land their ultimates onto White. They get that Death Embrace onto him. They can turn these fights on quickly.
Metamorphosis will be spent again. Tycho opening up. Munster taking a fair bit of damage, but they're unable to convert it. Cray and White so split from the fight. They've already lost their frontline attack. There's the Death Embrace right off of the flicker. He's gone. And Cray, I think it's worn off. There's no way for him to resurrect, even though he does survive. He's got so little HP, he won't be relevant to this fight.
Yeah, Tycho there missing a huge ultimate, but look at the damage there coming from Momo. But that last fight was critical. They took advantage of the overextension of Tycho there, and as a result, Shaka was able to get in the backline and lands a clutch Death Embrace onto White and Scream. Every time Slims gets ulted by Omen, he is 100% dead, so they have to watch out for it. If Nova keeps fighting this way, they can definitely take this game and win.
Shaka will again be playing aggressive with Nova. They really have been doing a good job securing their lead, getting jungle every time they win a fight. I think that's very cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to take their 3rd Abyssal Dragon. You can see there the Lindis being so fed. 4.4k gold to Slim's 2.9k gold, finishing the rank breaker. Now she's going to do so much more damage now, along with the Scorching Wind item there. And that's going to give her a heavy and nice lead there. Allow her to rotate a lot quicker and continue to get fed over the Slims.
Look at Munster. Just living here in the jungle, waiting for a target for assassination. He's got ZRK already melted him down to below half HP. This tower will be under threat in the meantime. Mirotic's here to help secure it as that frontline tank. As a result, Pain just need to fall back.
Yeah, I love what Sir Munster's doing, living in the enemy jungle and pushing down tower. That's the 3rd tower so far.
Oh, Momo.
And Momo doing it, being a really
I'm
tough
not sure
here.
that's going to work at all. He's been playing brilliantly, but not that brilliantly. 8 all in top will be threatened in turn, but it's just so little, so late.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I see his way of thinking there. Cray also falls. He activates his being a bro, but he's gonna fall again there. They're gonna be right there on top of his resurrection and kill him. But I see what Momo's doing. When he casts Exuberance, he gets damage reduction. The more heroes he hits. But that was 1 versus 4.
Oh, they caught him. Tycho thought he'd make it out. Does him an aquatic leap. I think that'll get him to safety.
Yeah, if Lindis finishes her 3rd tier 3 damage, that's going to be devastating because she is so fed and so far ahead. 3.9k going through 5.7k. Look at the Omen as well. Omen is so fed. 5.3k gold. He's a damage dealer as well with Captain's Talent.
CRK will get the tower. He's got enough lifesteal with the Core Lord. He will find himself a kill. Not bad at all. Almost 2. Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, that's why the Kilgoth was picked. Probably to counter against the Omen because Kilgoth's one of the heroes that can handle his own against Omen because that sheer attack speed, that life steal that he gets as well on top of it allows him to basically be able to 1 versus 1 the Omen if Omen is not wise to fight him 1 versus 1.
ZRK, perhaps the most successful member of that Pain Gaming roster right now.
Yeah, ZRK is doing such a good job. He's doing a really nice job of taking the fights where he can. But again, the combo from Cray and Taiko, I'm not seeing it that we saw in Game 1. We're not seeing the team he's done with the Crash Ultimate being comboed together, because we know when they do that and they pull it off, White is in a very protected position and is able to carry safely. But right now, White is exposed, and Omen, Shaka is getting onto White every single time. As a result, they're losing a lot of these fights.
Are we going 1-1 again, Sui?
Yes, we are. I think.
Metamorphosis.
Wow, what a nice dodge there. Look at that flicker. That flicker timing was beautiful by Adol.
Adol culls in, then flickers away, zooming right through the Metamorphosis. Now Munster may be caught out, though, and there is an attack in the front lines to hold, but it doesn't matter. They melt the squid. Someone's having calamari. Virotic, he'll take the front line on his own, but Cray and White are able to back off.
Yeah, and look at that. They're going to push down the mid and try to take the high ground on mid.
Cray
look at Cray
gets in base. He will at the Resurrects. There it is, popped, but they bait it out. They wait. They have all the time in the world. He's gone for good. Oh, no. They barely mistimed it.
For 3 seconds, actually. You have to wait 3 seconds for that being a bro ultimate to wear off. And they thought it was 3 seconds. They did a good job of baiting it out, but it wasn't long enough.
That's heartbreaking. They had such a good setup, and then they just mistimed the execution.
Yeah, definitely here.
Ultimately, doesn't matter. Nova still pressure the mid lane, get Dragon, and are now looking to clean up this entire jungle.
Yeah, Slims is starting to come online here. Look at the goal difference. 11 kills to 3, and almost close to a 9K or 8K gold lead for Nova here. And right now they need to take more towers, because Slims is finishing his finish his second tier 3 item. He's building his third, but you can look at the Lindis. Omni Arms completed and a Claymore as well. She is going to do massive amounts of burst damage.
Like to see maybe a turnaround come from White, but like you say, he's just beginning to really find value, and it's a bit late. High ground's under threat in mid from the Lindis you were just talking up. Half HP already on it. The team he's done will come through, slow him down, but the team himself is being slowed down by the damage instantly there in response.
Yeah, Omen is Shaka's gonna come down to counter against CRK, so can I get a free tower? So beautiful, nice rotation there. And they're continuing to live in the jungle of Pain Game. That's exactly what they want to do, to deny the farm and slow down the Slim so he doesn't scale and get his items here. So this is Nova's chance to now potentially take the Dark Slayer, but look at the damage there from Sir Munster.
ZRK will take the front lines, trying to burn down the Lindis that's caused them so much trouble. Metamorphosis will now come through. Mirotic himself should fall. He taunts to slow that down, but it doesn't matter. Munster gets the heal off. He will survive. He dodges the spear throw. ZRK with the Sea Spear will close the distance, find the kill. Shaka in the meantime converts on his Death's Embrace, but that might be all he gets. Just as the Metamorphosis wears off, they press forward though, and Nova dominate the ending phase of the fight.
Shaka was such a game changer there. He again gets a Death's Embrace onto White and just locks him down and kills him every single time. But Munster and Mirotic made such a mistake overextending, and that jump saved his life. But again, Munster and Mirotic, why are you guys overextending? You're in the lead. You basically got jumped 4 versus 2. He potentially might get away with it, but not here. He's gonna try to jump around.
He's got the jump. He's just gonna make Shaka to push forward, and then he can leap away.
They can actually delay him and let him just waste his time there. Let him waste his time.
The minions!
Smart.
The minions!
That's a winion now, okay? TJ,
Garrett
that's a
seems to win the game.
But that's smart. You actually want to delay the death timer. So now the Crash is going to take a while to respawn, and this is a perfect time to secure the Dark Slayer. That's a really smart play by Shaka again in terms of what he's doing.
I don't know. He did miss out on the kill.
Oh, look at this aggression coming from us. That amount of damage. They should definitely take Dark Slayer right now. While Crash is respawn. That's 10 seconds now to the respawn time. Yeah, they need to take the Dark Slayer. This is the most important objective right now in the game.
So ZRK is taking the front lines here. That's mostly due to his ult, Gore Lord, because it ignores slows, so he can get away if he's caught out.
Yeah, exactly. So Mina should not ult the Kilgroth. Her goal is to cast Dark Dominion onto the White or Momo there.
Taiko will be taking damage as the tower picks up. Adol will take the front line. No Dark Slayer picked up. Maybe they don't need it. The threat comes through just proper. Craig will get pulled out. Oh, that is a beautiful combo there. I don't think the Resurrect got off. Shaka in the meantime will pressure ZRK, and I think he's held the line. That Resurrect did come through, but only onto 1. The team he came back for round 2. Taiko and Momo have to back off. Yeah, Teamy was actually not able to activate his ultimate. Look at Taiko there, in a bad position, and Momo's going to try to go in there 1 versus 5, and you're going to fall there, my friend. It is all on ZRK. He's managed to hold enough waves, but I don't know that he has time. There's a desperate last stand. He's cleared the wave. He's got the immunity. He will escape, but they can just tag the tower at this point, right? Now with the second wave coming through, he's not there to defend the core. It is gone. That's another tie series.
Again, we find ourselves in a tied series. The foreshadowing for the Valor Series Season 2 has already started off strong. Welcome back to the desk. Gentlemen, you don't get your half a point, but
I would have if I'd stuck the prediction. I would have.
I told you a 2-0 was a bold prediction. I took a risk there. I got hung, basically.
You did indeed. Now, gentlemen, Nova Esports walked away. It was not an easy game. They were able to close it out the last 4 to 5 minutes very, very well, but it was a battle back and forth throughout the entirety of the early game.
Yeah, definitely. Nova executed exactly what they needed to with the comp. They won the early game. They had really nice rotation. They were the ones that took the Abyssal Dragons this time. But we saw some really good counter engages from Pain Gaming with the Jinnar and the Crash ultimates there, jumping in there. However, they never really didn't make a big difference on the teammate. So I felt like his ARM play was much better than his teammate play. And Mirodic did a really good job with these Mina engages.
If I had to nominate an MVP for that team, on the losing side, I'm actually still torn between ZRK and Momo, because both of them played so well. Momo, single-handedly slowed that game by at least 10 minutes. ZRK, I would say, did likewise.
Well, taking a look at our AT&T replay of the day, we can go ahead and see automatically how back and forth this region really is.
Yeah, this was crazy. There's Sir Monster and Mirodic were 4 versus 2. They lost the fight, but watch Shaka here when he comes in. They get the kill on Sir Monster here, and Shaka's going to come in, lands a Death Embrace onto White, secure the kill on White, and then continue to just dominate. Look in the back line. Adolf flickers over, jumps on there. Momo's going to fall, and then Omen is going to then chase Crash around the map here. But that was a critical fight that Nova was able to turn around. But the MVP of that game was clearly Shaka on Omen there. Every single Death Embrace made such a huge difference and turned around the fight. And he landed it on White almost every single time.
And every time he was not just finding the Death Embrace onto the first player he could engage, it was always so clever. The flicker, like you say, onto White was a consistent staple of these team fights. His dance mechanics not bad at all either.
It's great. I love it. This is the action that we wanted to see. Latin America, match 1 of 2 has concluded. It was a 1-1 tie between Nova Esports and Pain Gaming. But before we get ourselves to match number 2, let's go ahead and check in with Vicky Bunny Angel, the cosplay that will be working on the community-voted project. Let's see what she has to say.
Hey all you wonderful folks out there, I'm Vicky Bunny Angel and I'll be doing the Valor Series cosplay workshop. Throughout the next few weeks, you'll actually be following me on a journey to bringing one of your favorite heroes to life. I've been cosplaying for almost 14 years. I've cosplayed everything from magical girls to comic vixens. My favorite part of the cosplay process is the theory crafting, which means figure out how to bring it to life. Common obstacles I encounter with cosplay include getting anywhere fast and definitely going to the washroom. That's a tough one. I choose what to cosplay based on whether or not I like the character's looks, or maybe I connect with the personality, or I really like their lore. All of those things contribute to whether something appeals to me and what I choose to cosplay. I post all my work via Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so definitely give me a follow if you're interested in seeing more of my work. So let's get to the exciting part where you come in. I've been looking at several of the character designs from Arena of Valor, and some of them are really, really cool. The artwork is gorgeous. I need your help to help me decide which one to actually do. I've narrowed it down to 3 choices. It'll be up to you guys to actually decide what I will cosplay. First up is Mina, the Reaper Queen. She is dark and broody and totally my personality. She's also a tank character, which is actually my personal favorite role to play. Costume-wise, she has these really cool, kind of ridiculous ridiculous asymmetrical shoulder armors that glow. I think it would be really awesome to make that out of LED foam and get them to light up in real life. Same thing goes for her left arm gauntlet and of course the giant scythe. Gotta love that scythe. Next, my second choice is Airi, the Kunoichi, in her Blood Raid skin. So Airi is this sleek ninja assassin who's really good at going in and killing vulnerable targets. Her character design certainly reflects that. Her design has a lot of form-fitting armor and nothing that really hinders movement too much. I imagine you can't really murder people efficiently if you're constantly knocking against yourself and can't bend your arms. Weapon-wise, her twin blades are pretty neat. Dual wielding is certainly an interesting look to pull off when it comes to posing and provides a lot of different neat options. And last but not least, my third choice, Butterfly, the Death Whisperer, in her Technoblade skin. This skin is so fun looking. Butterfly, like Airi, is an assassin character and she excels at bursting down squishy opponents. Her outfit is definitely more cloth based. She doesn't have as much armor as Airi does, which would be fun to create her puffy pink jacket, kind of the cute little romper, but still mix up a lot of textures. So I definitely want to make that sword and sheath of hers light up. I'm either thinking of LED foam, and also that wig is going to be gorgeous. I'll leave the ball in your court now. Be sure to check out the AOV Esports Twitter account for the poll that's going to be coming up real soon, and that will be your chance to vote on which cosplay you think I should do. Again, that's going to be on the Twitter account for AOV Esports. That's at AOV Esports, and we'll be announcing the winner of the poll next week. Until then, thank you so much for joining me on the first installment of the Valor series cosplay workshop, and I'll see you soon. See ya!
Thanks a lot, Vicky. That's right. You guys have the opportunity at home to choose who you feel you want to have her cosplay as. We're going to be following her with the creation throughout the entirety of the Valor series, and then actually see her when we go to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Make sure you head on over to @AOV Esports on Twitter. We have it poll ready for you. We can get that figured out, and we will be able to announce those next week. As we mentioned, match 1 has concluded. Match number 2 is going to be coming up very shortly in the Latin American region. Assassin's Crew versus Geo Esports. Don't go anywhere. The Valor series presented by Facebook Gaming returns after this. snacks have been acquired, but now it's time for match number 2 of the Latin American region. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live from the Intel Esports Arena for Season 2 of the Valor Series presented by Facebook Gaming. My name is Jump, and joined yet again, I've got Sweej and TJ. I've got it right so far. I'm gonna keep holding this one true. Gentlemen, it's Assassin's Crew versus Geo Esports. Now, Geo Esports comes into the Valor Series as a juggernaut within that Latin American region. How are we thinking about this matchup?
Yeah, Geo Esports just dominated qualifier 1 and 2 there. They only fell, actually, to Nova Esports, I believe, and they did such a good job in both qualifiers. So I feel like this is going to be a legitimate 2-0 and not be a 1-1
tie. I'm just preemptively calling a tie because
we're 3 matches in, and you're just calling it right now.
Why would I bother predicting anything? It's obviously going 1-1.
You have to stand by your morals. You have to stand by your. Didn't you heard what Sensei Sweej has been telling you?
Well, I was wrong.
We agreed last game, and we were both wrong.
All right.
So.
You're not wrong on that front. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about these rosters. Assassin's Crew, an organization that we have seen in the Valor Series pop up. Talk to me about who you feel is a standout on this roster.
Yeah, so they've been playing together for a very long time, and I feel like the one that I'm looking for is 08. I feel like this team, they actually have scrimmed NA teams as well, so they're actually like a dark horse, honestly, that can come out of nowhere and do really well.
Not to be confused with 07 out of Europe. 08 is a completely different player, mind you, so we need to keep that one. TJ, Geo Esports, a team that for anyone within the Arena of Valor scene, specifically in Latin America, are quite familiar with. Who are you expecting to see from the Geo Esports roster?
I'm really excited for the entire roster, actually, because I know Douglas, so I guess I'm excited for their team owner. Is that fair?
It is indeed Douglas. Geo, for those of you that remember, was one of the participants on Caster School. This is his esports organization. You've got No Mercy, Zangraive, you've got Zelwyn, Zyclan, and Metal. Who are we thinking?
I really liked No Mercy's play. I saw a bit of them during the qualifiers, and they were playing quite well, so I put my emphasis there.
All right, well, you've already boldly decided 1-1. Is that what you're going to stick to?
There's no sense in going anywhere else. You can't fool me this time. It's a tie.
I got to fix my 0%, guys. It's going to be a 2-0. Geo Esports. Right.
You think he's right?
Yes, I do think Geo should dominate.
Are you still going to stand by the 1-1?
No, I'm standing by my convictions. This is a tie. And if I'm wrong, then he's right, and then we all win.
All right, well, There you go. We're going to get the pick band started in just a second. It will be Assassin's Crew on the blue. You'll have Geo Esports taking up the red. We saw what Match 1 gave us for Latin America and the potential meta that is forming. What are we expecting to see in this draft phase?
Yeah, I think Geo Esports is going to go for very early aggressive meta compositions. They're going to want to get the dominant silent like Omen, like Marja, Valheim if it's open. And also, by the way, in the Community Cups, they went undefeated in August 12 and 19th ESL Community Cup. So they've been a team that has been playing together for longer than we actually thought. And I think Geo Esports is definitely going to show us something really cool.
Geo Esports actually only dropped 1 match during the entire qualifying process, which, fun fact, exactly the same number of matches that Nova lost. So maybe there's a comparison.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see if that Arm ban or that Marja ban will come out, or potentially the Omen ban can just come out here. Let's see what Assassin's Creed is going to prioritize. And they're going to actually take off the Demon Lord Malik here.
I also want to see if either of these teams are going to be able to use Roxy to her full potential. I know you were talking a little bit earlier, TJ, about how Roxy, the power pick, was placed, but it wasn't actually executed efficiently.
So I think there's a great potential in her, but none of the teams have used her in the more tanky role where I think she's the most useful. She's very, very good because she doesn't actually need to directly attack people, so all of her concerns during a team fight can be about that positioning and setting up her allies.
Yeah, and her ult, Agni's Grab, is just such a game changer like an Omen out is, honestly, and haven't really seen it make a big difference in changing the tide of a team fight.
So let's talk through the bans. Malik, Aurum, the 2 bans right off the bat, and I do think that those maybe we'll see a little bit less of as we go on. Now, Zenial, Alice are both not standard bans. They're
No.
very much targeted.
I think they're much stronger bands. You can take away the Marja, you can take away the Valheim, you can take away like the Violet.
Do
like,
we see-
Violet is still open.
Is there a world where Valheim doesn't get banned in these last 2 picks?
Oh my goodness, might be this game. Oh!
JK,
As soon as you speak
I feel
normally it's always red that bans
it
it,
is.
not blue
It's
side.
this is the deja vu of the Superman days. Of why are you allowing Superman to
Do
be
you think we're going to
going?
see Superman today?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Okay. Violet again removed. Valheim and Violet, I think, have a 100% ban rate.
Omen is open, so I feel like Omen is a solid first pick here. Marja as well is going to be a nice pick. So I think they may prioritize the side laner here. So let's see if that Omen is going to show up here.
Violet being banned away as the final ban. You've got Omen, as you mentioned, could potentially be a first pick. You've got Roxy as well. There's even the opportunity. We saw Crest as a priority in the
There
early
we
stages,
go.
but there is no other decision to be made. It is going to be an Omen as a hover, and hopefully the lock-in for Assassin's Crew.
Oh, man.
No. Nope.
This is why I love TJ.
Nope. Paul, I need Paul back on the desk, please.
So with Omen being picked up here, we do have like Marja open, or they're going to go with Irie right away, and it's Superman. Wow.
No, I was wrong.
That's
My predictions are
crazy.
even wrong now. It is a
0%.
Superman. So, all right, let's
Interesting.
now that this is here, are we assuming that Superman will be matched up against Omen, and how does that matchup take place? TJ, I know you're holding your hand up.
I am. My finger. Because I do think that Omen is very, very good against Superman, but I also think what we've consistently seen throughout the North American and European regions are that we're seeing a lot of Superman players who frankly are not practicing enough on Superman. I touched on this earlier. I do believe that if we have someone who specializes in playing Superman as one of their core characters, they win this matchup.
Yeah, and looking at Omen, Teamy is such a great combo. Liliana can be picked up here as well because, as we know, Raz and Liliana are kind of the high-tier picks for the mage. And look, they're going to go with Crash and a Teamy. That's a pretty tanky 3-pick frontline already. Crash, Omen, and Teamy are very, very strong frontline.
We talked about this offset during the European region, Sweet J, in that the Crash side lane isn't as powerful as you find him on the support position. Do you like this Crash side lane that these teams are starting to run?
Yeah, I think this is a meta thing for South America that's worked really well for them. As long as you can execute that properly and land some clutch Crash ultimates, that's going to be key. And look at the Mina and Slims. That's a very aggressive composition there. Mina and Slims is a very good duo.
Let's talk control, because that is the meta right now. Superman, Irie, Mina, Slims. You have everything you could want to zone and push people around.
Yeah, definitely. And you have to watch out because if Superman flies in there and just lands on the entire enemy team, that's going to be devastating. But you do have Crash. He can disengage the entire team. But look at the picks here.
What if they run Raz as their mage on Geo?
Yeah,
That's
could
kinda
work.
terrifying.
L'Oreal might work as well. L'Oreal will be really good into the tanky Superman that wants to fly around, and she can constantly hit him with Blink and get him out of his flight path. But it looks like they're going to go with
I
the
like the
Jinnar and
Jinnar.
the Finnick here. That means with Jinnar being picked here and a Crash, it's going to be really, really hard to engage onto the Finnick here. They have so much protection with the Finnick, on the Finnick here, with Teamy, with Crash, and the Jinnar.
And if they can get the Fennec out ahead, he's going to do such a good job at burning down the higher HP characters. In particular,
Oh, yeah.
he can use that Chain Hammer Cyclone to chain down a Superman who strays too close.
Yeah, exactly. And they can easily kill Superman if they focus in. But they have stuns. They have Death's Embrace. You know, they have a few things up their kit. But again, it's going to come down to how Teamy and Crash are going to combo their abilities together. That Pooty Poos and that Metamorphosis stun is going to be critical. And they can get on some high-value targets like the Slims and the Crixie here. They're going to be super squishy.
This would be our first Crixie of the evening.
We saw Crixie in the AWC rise to prevalence and the control that she can create as well as the distance that she provides. But does that allow itself to be, or does it find itself viability against this Assassin's Crew composition?
Yeah, I think Chrissy can keep her range against the Jinnar. That's the key there. When Jinnar wants to go in and flickers in, she can easily do, Mischief onto him, and also the Moonfall and the knockup ability that she has as well. And to basically CC that Jinnar so he can minimize his damage. So that's something Jinnar needs to be careful because he's outranged by Crixie completely.
All right,
I
gentlemen.
think-
Yeah, what do you think? Tell me what you think. What do you think, TJ?
I think Superman Crashed is a really interesting matchup because we've seen way more Crash today, And one thing that's just kind of come to mind is repositioning abilities are very effective on the Crest because they still apply. So like Kraken to Crest is a really fun matchup. Superman doubly so, because if you can push that Crest out of position, he needs to take a while to waddle or slither back into position.
I think it's more, it's just like a swimming in midair kind of, like a swimmer.
Swimmer.
A swimmer slither.
But at the same time, though, if Crash has
slither?
metamorphosis, he can just jump on Superman and just take him out of fight mode all the time and just slow him to death.
Well, as we get ourselves loaded into game number 1 of our next matchup, I know everybody's excited, but of course, in the spirit of Season 2, we're going to drop some more giveaway codes for you guys right about now. Remember, these are region locked. I did it again.
You nailed
that
it.
time I timed
was on point.
It was. We're dropping for Europe, North America, as well as Latin America. So make sure that you guys input those. We're going to be having all sorts of goodies. We've given hero chests. We've got Arcana chests. I know there's some skins, some super special skins that we've got at some point today. So make sure you guys are inputting those and getting yourselves involved. We are loading onto the Antares battlefield very soon. You guys seen the compositions. Are you still holding strong? Are you still going to have the winner that you chose?
Yeah, I agree. GeoEsource is going to play much more aggressive. I love the Mina with the Slims pick, Superman, Ari. Those are all super aggressive heroes that want to go in. So as long as they execute their comp, they're good to go.
I didn't choose a winner. Nobody wins. I win. I'm the only winner. Thank you.
That's your statement. The analytical prowess of that statement was unbeheld.
Environ was giving me some tips.
Okay, well, there's your first problem. All right, we need to have a real serious conversation with Environ after this one. Guys, we're going to get ourselves started into game very shortly. Now, we've seen this development of Crush in South America. I know you guys have been talking about it a lot. Is this a trend that you feel like can actually float into other regions, both Europe and North America?
Yeah, I think they can learn and take a few. I mean, if you look at Chinese Taipei and the other regions, Crush is a solid support. I mean, the way they play him is just fantastic.
Well, we're going to have to see if that fantastic play continues as game 1 of our second match for Latin America has begun. Geo Esports versus the Assassin crew. It's the TJ Sweet J crew up and available. Gentlemen, let's get it going.
And already you can see the pressure coming out. Geo are playing very, very aggressive.
Yeah, that's a 5-man rotation by Geo there onto the blue of Assassin's crew here.
Yeah, and they're trying to cut this off. Man of Freeze goes in with the team. He's trying to shut this down, but instead he just gets his buddy in trouble. Buddy will be able to get out.
Yeah, Buddy has to flicker out to safety there. Oh, look at that. Fran gets that jungle cap as well there. So not bad for Assassin's crew to start. They do not fall that behind, and they basically are able to fend off the invade and not lose their jungle.
And I like this because with Geo having such dominant results, you'd expect them to be playing very, very aggressively and really getting away with that aggression. Instead, though, they're held at bay.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see the Finnick is ahead on the rotation.
This is good. Jin are in a lot of trouble. There's no way to stop that CC combo.
Yeah, what a beautiful combo there. Like I said, they have such a good combo. Nina and Crixie, that knock-up, that's what's going to really hold down Jinnar. But you can see there, the Finnick is ahead of rotation. They're going to take the Vision Seagull as well. This is exactly what Assassin's crew wants to do. Get that Finnick to level 4 and start putting some more pressure into lane.
So what are you looking for from... Oh, there's a revenge gank. This mage is going down as well. Metal's pulled all the way out of position, and he too will fall. I was going to ask you, what are you looking for the Superman? Because now they're doubly as important as an early damage source.
Yeah, exactly. And Superman just basically punish him and keep him on underneath his tower so he does not win the lane. Because if Superman's not rotating, he won't be able to make as many plays.
Right, on in with the booty boots. That does get dangerous. There's no HP left. This means the Abyssal will be picked up by the Assassin's crew.
Yeah, nice job. Again, Finnick, this is Finnick's win condition, just landing and rotating, getting a faster clear, because Finnick has one of the fastest jungle clears in the game, and they did exactly that. They cleared jungle quicker than the Slim, and then rotated, took the Vision Seagull, got a kill in mid lane, and rotated back to Abyssal Dragon as a 3-man unit, and so far, Assassin's crew is winning these rotations. Again, my prediction's at stake here.
So, how do you feel about the Superman into Crashton bot lane?
Yeah, I think Superman is losing the bot lane right now because Crash is just ahead levels. He's going to turn level 5. Superman's going to turn level 4. Superman can poke the Crash out and really harass him, but right now he's not doing as much of that. He's trying to get that on the side, but Crash is just playing really well right now, winning that lane and that trade.
It should be noted, especially with that early Abyssal, the reason why they have that level advantage is that the entirety of Assassin's crew have a level and gold advantage currently.
Yeah, definitely. That is massive for them. You can see the gold lead there. Finnick is starting to take it away there.
Here's the rotate coming through. Geo bringing everyone they can to top lane. They want to get in perhaps when this minion wave arrives.
Yeah, let's see what they want to do here. They want to shove the lane, but look at Superman. He's in trouble in bot lane.
Yeah, Lycan in a lot of trouble. Both these towers being threatened simultaneously. The Fennec should be able to pick up the bot lane with no trouble at all. It's an even trade. Everyone's sad. It's a tie. It's a preview.
Yeah, nice trade, 1-1. If you're the team that's behind, a trade is good for you. However, looking at Geo's also going to take the Spirit Sentinel, but this is exactly how Assassin's Creed needs to be playing against Superman. They need to shut him down, put pressure in his lane, so he cannot rotate, because a rotating Superman can make so many plays and so many ganks, and he's not able to do that this entire game so far.
Elwin's in a bit of trouble in the early game. He'll stall things out, slow down as the fight gets tense, and 0-8 will not get away with the pressure he's looking for, but he's winning that lane.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to look at what 0-8's going to do now. He has the Omen ult up now. He is level 6, so that's going to be a critical part of them taking advantage and getting a kill pick.
Here's the Abyssal Dragon, ready for pickup. Assassin's Crew get it uncontested. Geo not really pushing in, trying to hard pressure during that time.
Yeah, and look at it. Geo's behind more than 1k gold. Assassin's Crew doing such a good job with these 4- and 5-man rotations there, just exerting so much river control right now. And that's exactly how you want to play this Finnick composition, because you want to continue to push down objectives and towers.
Geo are having to play some hard defense, just using poke to try and stop the major push, but they're not going to be able to stop this one. Assassin's Crew are going in earnest for this top lane tower. A good spin will slow it down, but the Pooty Poots is already there to stall. Metamorphosis doubly so. The tower's gone, and there may be yet more victims. Angra barely gets out using the Ryu ultimate. Elwood hard dives in. Mato Friese has fallen, but the trade is there instantly. No Mercy barely survives. Elwind and Angra have fallen.
Lycan misses that Superman push, but he did a good job rotating, coming from behind to help get some kills there. It's an even trade, 2-2, but really nice engage. That Crush ultimate did such a good job. And Mina then counter-ulted, but the Superman coming from behind helped them secure and make that an even 2-2. But Assassin's Crew did take the tower, though, so they are still ahead.
I feel like when you're behind, though, like Geo Esports, are managing to get an even 2-2 isn't terrible.
Yeah, exactly. That's not bad for 2 kills, but they need to slow down their objective, their tower losses. They have given up 2 towers already. They cannot give up the next Abyssal Dragon, because Finnick is going to take this game away if he gets ahead of the Slims, and Slims won't be able to do much against him, because Finnick actually has one of the farthest ranges of all the marksmen in the game.
How do you feel Lycan's doing in terms of his build and level?
Yeah, I think Lycan here, he's not scaling yet. He needs to get more health, more armor, because that's what makes Superman really shine here. And if Superman is not fed, he won't be able to make that much of impact, because he likes to fly in there to an entire enemy team and then soak up tons of damage. But without the gold and the build, he won't be able to do that. And he's going to be a very squishy Superman.
All 4 players here from Geo kind of hanging around mid. That's because this Abyssal Dragon's about to come up, so both teams want a piece of it. Already Assassin's Crew do have the vast majority of the damage. There will be a steal attempt, but Lycan's too slow.
Yeah, that was a good attempt to try to steal it. Again, they want to avoid giving Abyssal Dragon over, but they have to protect this mid tower right now, because that's a 5-man rotation to mid here.
And Friese will push forward, holding the front line, using that Pooty Poots to do so. The tower is gone. 0-8. Trying to get a little bit cheeky with the jungle as well.
Yeah, and look at this, another invade and taking the jungle again. Assassin's Crew just completely showing their dominance, and they know they're ahead, and they're playing like they're ahead. So really good job by them by showing such a dominant team like Geo Esports that they are better in this game.
As we get further towards the late game, do you feel Geo are going to start to work their way back in?
Yeah, I mean, they got to get a pick, though. Look at the rotations. They're doing these tight 5 to 4 man rotations. Look at Assassin's Crew. It's going to be really hard to get a pick. It's going to be very hard to get onto the Finnick. And if you jump onto the Jinnar, he can just cast his ultimate. Then you have Teamy that can revive the Jinnar. Then you have the Crash that can just disengage. And then you have to be careful for the Omen, because Omen jumps onto the Slims and lands with Death Embrace. No Mercy is going to be in big trouble. So Assassin's Crew has everything in their kit right now. They basically need to... Geo Esports needs Assassin's Crew to make a mistake for them to get back in this game, because if Assassin's Crew rotates properly and really defensively like this, then it's going to be very hard for Geo Esports to come back into this game.
And you can see even there, they threaten a Golem and they force such a rotate to come through just to defend it, just to save what should be their farm. And now Assassin's Crew look to turn that into a Dark Slayer.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Look how fast they're taking the Dark Slayer. That's the power of Franz Finnick right here. And that's why it's so dangerous to let a Finnick get ahead of you, because he's just going to continue to devour all these objectives so quickly.
How are you feeling about that 2-0?
Not good anymore.
Drake comes through.
Don't remind me.
Here's the mid lane push. Metamorphosis will land. No Mercy's already stunned out. There's the Death's Embrace. He's pinned down. The tower has fallen. Metal's desperately trying to hold the line. It does get one with the Moonfall, but they've already lost one in trade. Make that 2. Lycan's tied down by the Exuberance. Metal is taking so much damage as well. Even though they get that kill, the Mega Bro Resurrect is there, and a high ground has fallen.
Yeah, wow, this is massive here.
They're pushing.
Ari needed to be here, but look, they might finish it. The Drake is up. They need to stop this push, or else they can potentially finish the game with the amount of damage Finnick can do to an objective.
I was so worried Fran was just going to commit and Fennec away the base before I could take a breath.
Yeah, in that last fight, Teamy did such a good job. Mano Freeze went in there, landed a Putipus, and you saw the Crash had an ultimate. Max landed a key ultimate. They comboed that together, and then the counter engage and the tower, the high ground tower, helped Geo Esports at least not fall too hard in that fight. But you notice that Angro was not there. Angro needs to be in these free fights here.
Geo do manage to steal that Abyssal. Is that the way back into game?
That is the way back into the game. The Slims is at 4.3k gold. He's still behind 2k gold to Finnick, but once he gets his second tier 3 item, he can do a little more damage, and he needs to finish it soon.
They have a lot of potential here. Like we said earlier, if Geo can find the pick, slow down the game, maybe there's a chance, but we are just hitting the 10-minute mark, and they've already lost a high ground tower.
Yeah, definitely. The key now, look at Ari. Ari's the most fed in this game. If you look at Angro 1 versus 9, he has almost 6k gold, and this is their chance to really get into this game and come out ahead here.
And Ari did make themselves busy, stealing a bot lane tower. Angro will now just fully disengage. Never mind, the spin comes through. Maxide needs to back up. Geo finally taking some control.
Yeah, and look at that. 0-8 is by himself. He's pushing down to the core
here. He's in the base. They need to rotate back and deal with him. I don't know if they're in time. That's so much damage on the core. He might backdoor. It's almost gone, but they do get the minion wave and push him back into the base. They barely saved the game.
Yeah, Geo Esports gotta watch wave control. They gotta be very careful there. Oh no, Angro does not land his Ryu ultimate, and as a result, Mina is gonna get caught. Edwin's gonna fall here potentially. He's gonna get stunned and jumped on by the Crash here, and look at the damage coming.
Elwind will turn it round, pushing further forward. You can already see Fran waiting in the wings for Assassin's Crew. If he can land his Fennec damage, especially with the buff, this fight would be theirs. Elwind will take that rolling lightning right to the face. There's the booty boots. Exuberance will come through. Metal's Moonfall is the only thing to answer back. Now Agra comes through for the bot lane, and Geo have turned the fight around. If only they can kill Fran, and he stays strong until Angra shuts him down. Geo need to back off.
That was such an interesting rotation by Angro there. Angro knew that the entire team was there, and he continued to push the lane. They could have collapsed easily. It was a 4 versus 5, and Geo Esports could have turned this game around.
This could be game. If they can just push forward with Metamorphosis, this should be game. Maxide is just going to work away on the tower, spend the Metamorphosis at the last possible second, but the Moonfall gets it first. Excellent work by Metal. I think he just saved the game. Yeah,
Lycan did an amazing job. He basically cut the wave and did not let the wave get anywhere near the core. And as a result, it has, as you know from the last update, they buffed the defense of towers, the high ground, and the core when there's no minion wave there. So it's going to be extra hard to take down the core without a minion wave. And Lycan did an awesome job pushing that minion wave away.
Geo feel like they're back in this game. They have the kill lead. They have pressure. Can they win with the tower deficit they're already at?
Yeah, they have to control mid-wave control. They cannot let Omen sneak in the back like that and backdoor. They got to be careful, but look at the amount of pressure they're putting now. They're going to be able to potentially to rotate through jungle and can close this golden level lead here. They're almost all level 15.
Oh, that's a good Death's Embrace. 0-8, that's a great opening. Lycan comes through with the move full, though. They might be able to slow this down. The exuberance into the backlines, joined with the metamorphosis, just chew through Geo. They barely survive. Only 3 players remain alive.
Yeah, what a great being a bro there. Saves them all the damage coming in there. This could be game for Assassin's Crew because of Mano Freeze's being a bro revival.
Their core is still perilously low on HP, and there's a minion wave knocking on their door. Elwind needs to clear it along with his ally, and they can't do it in time. They did get the wave, but only barely. Elwind will have enough stall with the jaunt, maybe Metal if he can stay alive, but he Death's Embrace right underneath the tower, the core tower, and it's not enough, but they do stop the push.
This is insane how close this game
No Mercy's
is.
back.
Very close, and look at that beautiful flying spear. He's only getting a kill onto him as well, and look at this.
Top lane, the high ground. It's going to fall just to the minions. There are 26 seconds on every single member of Assassin's Crew, and there are minions pouring into their base. 7 seconds left before Fran comes back, and Angra is just beginning to work his way in. Minions will arrive. 2 seconds until Fran comes back. And now the flying spear, it stuns him right off the bat. He's stunned, double stunned. Mercy finds the kill at the core. Geo Esports turn it round.
Esports weathers the storm and they come out ahead with the 1-0 victory. Welcome back to the desk. Sweet J, your predictions are left alive. TJ, you're right over there?
I don't know what I'm watching. Help.
Again, big lesson. Do not take the core without a wave. Just don't try it because the core is going to do so much damage and the opponents are going to jump on you and get the kill. 3 people died sacrificing to try to get that core without the wave. Always push with your wave.
Today, we've seen minions win a game, get an independent kill, and arguably be more effective in deciding the course of that match than any single player on either team.
There's a reason why they say minions win games, and we have just seen the lack of such denies that fact as well. So Geo Esports, they weather the storm, but Assassin's Crew, they came out to play in game number 1.
Yeah, they definitely came out to play. I mean, they are so ahead. They're putting pressure. They're invading jungle. They're taking objectives, playing exactly how you want to play with a finite composition. And they also did a beautiful teamy crash combo ultimate as well. They did such a good job showing that they are actually a better team than Geo Esports, but their objective game was a little lacking.
Well, we can take a look back at our AT&T replay of the game and see immediately that Assassin's Crew tried as they may because they won the team fights in the early game.
This clip was devastating. The Death's Embrace instantly coming through from 0-8, but it's turned round by Geo when they get that moonfall, and it's only this push metamorphosis exuberance that flips it again to Assassin's Crew.
Yeah, such a good beaner, bro, to survive 0-8 there, and as a result, that was the push where Assassin's Crew could have ended the game, but they decided to try to suicide the core tower, and also the wave control. You notice, I think this is kind of observance for all of South America, is the wave control can be much better. Their wave awareness from both teams have not been the strongest as well.
Now, Sweet J, you get to take a deep breath because your prediction is still alive.
Alive.
But you get to take an even bigger breath of joy knowing now that your prediction actually has an opportunity
I would argue that
true.
was a tie. I would argue that individual map was a tie.
Only one core is allowed to explode per game. Therefore, Geo Esports did secure that victory. But now the question becomes, does Assassin's Crew have enough in the tank to actually pull themselves out of victory in game 2? TJ, I'll start with you.
I shouldn't say this because it goes against my prediction, but I think no. I think that after such a devastating defeat, anyone would be a little bit tilted.
I think they do have what it takes. I mean, just how they played that first game, how they were comboing their abilities and engaging onto Geo Esports, which is like the #1 team in South America for actually a very long time. If you look at the Community Cups as well as the qualifiers. So I feel like Assassin's Crew has everything they got. This was a setback, and they made the mistakes. They lost their game. So as long as they don't make the same mistakes, they have a chance to bring it back.
Let's go deeper into strategy now. Assassin's Crew, apart from understanding the concept of you need minions to take the core, what can they do to increase their chances of victory in Game 2?
Well, when they have the advantage, they need to push all of the waves and pressure and then clear out the jungle and then make a play. Because often they're pushing too early without having complete wave control in all 3 lanes, and that's what they need to work on. And you saw what happened at the very end there. The top lane, so many minions piled up. For you to allow the wave to build up that much is not good if you lose a fight and get aced like that.
They should not have lost that game, not just because they had an easy victory and blew it with overeagerness, but also because when they actually really did have a chance to lose the game, it happened because they were playing so passively, not managing wave, and I think careless play cost them more than anything else.
Well, now they have an opportunity to do that as the pick ban phase has started. We have got a side swap per the usual. Geo Esports taking up the blue, Assassin's Crew taking up the red. Aram as well as Violet gets taken off the table immediately.
Yeah, Aram's going to be very popular. I wouldn't be surprised if they start banning Omen as well as Valheim here and Marja. So let's see that Omen ban is going to come out. Or are they going to allow Geo Esports to get that first pick, Omen?
How did you feel about Superman, Sumi?
Superman did make a difference in the later stages of the game. He was able to come behind and make some key engages in the team fight to turn it around. But in the early game, he just wasn't doing much. Assassin's Crew did a really nice job of shutting it down and putting extra pressure against it. And there we go. The Omen ban will come out from Assassin's Crew.
The Omen removed early, crashed likewise. Both teams target banning. Last time it was what? Alice, and oh, there it is again. This is going to let something
maybe
through.
Assassin's Crew plays Alice really well or something. Must be a respect ban because they also banned Alice in Game 1 against Assassin's Crew. But 0-8 banning his own hero against himself was interesting because his Omen was just phenomenal.
It's, I think, a case of not wanting first pick to look in Omen every time. But here's my question now. Is this Valheim? It is.
It better be.
Oh, they're hovering. Silly, they're hovering!
Is there... I keep asking, is there a world where Valheim doesn't get banned?
I think we'll get there, but I definitely think week 1, when nobody yet knows how to play against him, he should be banned every time.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Just like that, banned away, and now you have opportunities aplenty for side laners here for Geo Esports.
Yeah, you have Marja, you have Teamy, you can pick the Malik, or even Superman.
Wow, the Superman prioritization. Now, they did go with Superman in Game 1, so might as well just keep the strategy the same, right?
I don't feel like the Superman was that good. Sui was saying that it turned on late game. That's accurate, but until then? Do you really think he was that
early
useful?
game he didn't do anything. It's too much pressure on him. The team was able to rotate and help him out. And Lycan actually played Superman. He did a really good job of basically cutting the minion wave and not allowing it to hit the core. So he had some really nice plays with Superman. He also had some miss engages too. Some of his fight engages have been misses. So that's something to watch out for. But it's curious to see that they're prioritizing the Superman so hard.
I'm getting Season 1 flashbacks. Irie Zenial comes through next. That's going to provide them with all the side lane in the universe. Do you feel like that Zenial is going to be effective versus...
I love Zenial with like Omen or Ahri because when Ahri goes in, Zenial can then cast a Gen Expander on her, reduce the damage by 40%, and then she can just assassinate the high value target. But they're going to go with the Zenial and Team here because Zenial again works with a lot of side laners. So Ahri doesn't have to be prioritized, but I'm very curious to see South America prioritizing the Ahri so hard. And yep, Ahri's going to be picked up by Geo Esports here.
So now you have an opportunity with Ahri picked up, side laners destroyed, and now you have to show a little bit more of your hand here with the 2-3 pick coming out of Geo Esports. Support has been picked up by the Assassin's Crew. So what do we see as that support roam position possibly? I see you have an opinion, TJ.
Well, supports are going to be very interesting. I'm actually more interested, though, in what jungle we're seeing, because we saw like a Slims Fennec duel last game, and the Fennec was very effective. I was not feeling that Slims.
Yeah, actually, Geo Esports played this game, so Assassin's Crew can play their Finnick, and this is a great Finnick play because you can play Finnick with a Zenio that can protect him, and you can get Malik here too. You get the Malik Zenio combo along with Teamy, and that's going to give you a strong early game. It's going to give you a strong tank front line with Zenio, Malik, and Teamy that can protect the Finnick. So I could feel like they should continue to play the Finnick composition and add in that Malik there, or even like for example, they can do Roxy as well if they want, or if they know how to play her, because that would work really well as well.
Well, we've already seen Roxy in the one time that she has been played not be used to her full efficiency, but the one that we have been seen playing very well, Jinnar, looks to be a hover, as well as a potential Scud coming in here for Assassin's Crew. There's maybe a homage shout out there. They hovered over the Gilder. I know.
Yeah,
we're not going to go there. Yeah. Not going to happen.
I really like the Jinnar. We've seen a lot more of him in SA than we have anywhere else, but I think he's very powerful as of the current patch, and particularly if you're looking for, I use the term death pull, I'm going to stick with it. If you're looking for a composition that is staying grouped and engaging as a unit, that combos very well with characters like Zenio.
Well, you've got that with the 4-4-4. All 4 members of Assassin's Crew want to be in and at you at all times, and so now Geo Esports has to make a decision for their 4-5 on how are they going to counteract that. Mina looks like to be their potential option as they have locked that in already. Now their final pick, decide where are they going to go with this mid laner.
Yeah, I think you can go with Flash, you can go with Crixie. Crixie would work really well too, but you have a Scud and it's that can engage you really hard, so Flash might be able to work pretty well here if they want to try to flash out. You can do a heavy engage with Raz because Ari, Superman, Mina all want to go in really hard, so Raz would work out really well for them too. But they're actually going with the Crixie because we saw how well Crixie worked into a Jinnar, and I like that pick.
How do you feel about a melee jungler being run here?
Yeah, if Nakroth, they can definitely play a Nakroth here and just jump onto the backline with Slims, and then Jinnar, Scud, they also want to engage. So both comps want to engage very, very hard here. So Nakroth would work really well because Zenio can then cast that Gen Expeller while he jumps into the backline. So Nakroth is the only kind of assassin jungler that I've seen play, but they're going to stick to their comfort zone and pick up that Finnick like they did in Game 1.
They're just enjoying the 80 carries in the jungle, having the range, having the power. Finnick versus the Slims matchup, something that we've seen already plenty of times in the Valor series. They're getting the side swapped out to figure it out. Now, your prediction is on the line, Sweet J.
Yeah,
your prediction here is all that it needs to be. What are you thinking? Does Geo Esports have a composition that could combat this powerhouse that Assassin's Crew came
Yeah, they have a pretty good early game in terms of Superman, and especially with Crixie and the chain stuns they can do with Crixie and Slims. So they need to execute that really well for them to stand a chance. But I really like the composition that Assassin's Crew drafted. I mean, Zenio, Teamy, Finnick, there's so much protection. Scud, there's so much protection that they can give to the Finnick along with Jinnar as well.
My question is, I think, purely a mental one. If Assassin's Crew are in exactly the same mindset, perhaps even have learned something from that Game 1, I'd favor them to bring this to a tie game just based off how dominant they were during that Game 1.
It's just using the minions to make sure they're there.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy there, but also they did just lose a game that should have been theirs by any metric. If that's not a little bit upsetting, I don't know what isn't.
Hopefully it should kick them into gear as we get ourselves into game number 2. Now, taking a look at what we have. Don't forget, we also want to know what you guys are thinking at all times. Make sure you head on over to Twitter. Use the hashtag Valor Series. Let us know your predictions, your thoughts, and anything else that you have to say about Season 2. We're going to be popping those up on the screen throughout the entirety of the regular season. Gentlemen, we've seen Geo Esports. We've seen Assassin's Crew. I know you're wanting Assassin's Crew to come out on top with this one. Do they have what it takes here, TJ?
I think they're going to be rowing to victory.
Yeah?
It was a boat pun.
Like a rowing crew?
Rowing to victory.
It was a bit of a stretch.
I like Assassin's Crew draft. Geo Esports, as long as they combo their composition well with the Mina, the Slims, then they have a good chance as well. But Assassin's Crew definitely has a better draft that can protect the Finnick so well.
You're going against your boys.
I know, but I think Geo Esports can still take it away just because Assassin Crew had made the mistakes. If they continue to make those mistakes, they can give the game back Geo Esports.
We saw Roxy being banned off the table in all 4 games of Europe. We saw her fail for the large part of this game. We don't have her in this game. We're going to find out if that's actually going to be a factor as we go through the regular season for Latin America. But right now, it's time for game number 2 of Geo Esports taking on Assassin's Crew. Geo Esports barely walks away with a victory, and they're looking for the 2-0 sweep.
Already Lycan on the Superman, fighting a whole bunch of pressure, and barely does that see me survive.
Yeah, Mano freeze with that clutch flicker, but they know that he's super low, so they're going to continue to engage here. They try to leash the goal, but they are not able to.
Yeah, Maxine still pressing forward. Oh, nicely done. Fran steals it, and Maxine will be able to slide away back towards the jungle. Does he Malleus in here? Oh, he doesn't have it yet.
No,
he doesn't have it yet. He went for the shield.
No, he doesn't, but that's a nice steal by Fran there. That's huge. That's a way to turn around a bad engage that your team just had there because Teamy had to go home because of how low he got there. So really nice job by Fran. His Finnick has been such a joy to watch.
And I've really liked it into No Mercy particularly. I feel like No Mercy's really struggling to deal with that matchup.
Yeah, definitely here. Crixie should be able to win this lane matchup against the Jajjar here.
They're trying to interrupt it, though. They're waiting for him to push a little bit further forward.
Yeah.
Both teams setting up a trap.
Oh, look at that.
Stuns will come through. Good sight, slowing down the attack, and they're able to disengage for Geo.
Yeah, Metal's Crixie is doing a really good job landing these key knockups and mischiefs there. So, really nice job by him.
Last game, I felt like Metal did a really, really good job positioning-wise and ability-wise, but just fell behind in gold. Do you disagree? Oh, that's good. Never mind. Wow. They don't need to worry about falling behind in gold. They've already got one. The spin comes through.
My goodness.
Elwin lands the second.
That was massive from No Mercy. He got that kill, and the Ari got the kill. Look how fed they are. Again, if Ari gets fed along with the Slims, this is looking so good for Geo Esports.
This Missile Dragon will be threatened as well. 0-8. Watching, waiting in the wings. I don't think he can contest this, but he certainly thinks he wants to. They'll have the team nearby as well. The Missile Dragon is secure. Geo Esports lock it up despite the Assassins lurking in the shadows.
Yeah, really nice job getting the first Abyssal Dragon here. They continue to put the pressure on. They are not that ahead in terms of gold, though, even though they have two kills ahead. So this shows the really good job by Assassin's Crew of staying efficient with their farming, especially the Finnick here. 1.1k gold. And you see Zenio here at 1.3k gold, staying in the game here against Superman sideline.
You were putting a lot of emphasis early on the farming. May not matter here as already the Jinnar in the mid lane matchup has to narrowly escape.
That was a beautiful flicker.
0-8, still in trouble down bottom. Oh, that was a narrow dodge to the side. He's got the Wild Beast Fury, and now the rest of the team comes through. Pooty Pooch for the stun. Will stall things out, and Geo know when they're beat. Backing off.
Yeah, I really like the combo that Geo Esports has here. You know, the Crixie's Nature's Wrath, the Slim's Flying Spear, and also the spin coming from Ari. That's 3 stuns they have. And if they can land that combined with Superman engaging as well, and the Mina also wanting to engage, that's a really good teamfight initiation composition that they have here that Geo can really take advantage of against Assassin's Crew.
Assassin's Crew, in noted contrast to last game, are playing very passive and defensive.
Yeah, they definitely are, and they're not winning as hard in terms of river control here. Last game, Assassin's Creed had complete river control. They're the ones taking all the objectives, pushing with Finnick here, and right now you can see that they're not doing that as much here, and Geo Esports is the team that is exerting much more mid-map control.
Here's the control that Assassin's Crew are finally looking for. Lycan will be stunned up. There's the Chain Hammer Cyclone. They don't quite execute it for a while, but he does go down. Now the rest of the team is here. Geo will re-engage. Elwin flickers in. Good side. Dark Dominion. Fran is gone.
Wow, what a
he's
nice
back.
flicker, yeah.
That was so good. With the being a pro, the Angelic Spider comes through as well. He's able to rolling lightning himself to safety. Assassin's Crew turn it round. That is insanity. Vaccine is still in the danger zone, but 0-8's coming through, and he will obliterate Elwin, narrowly escaping with his life. It's Angra for the re-engage. He finds one. Now the spin. He's got 2 to his name, and it's 4-2 in the kill lead.
Yeah, what a beautiful bro by Mano Freezer. The counter engage and the engages there. Frank gets him back alive, but look at Angra. Angra comes in the late part of the fight there, cleans it up, gets 2 kills, and then follows up and chases down Fran and gets a kill onto him, and now he is fed on this Ari here. Beautiful use of execution as well. And Meadow doing such a good job with Chrissy. The positioning and being able to survive in that fight and landing those Nature's Wrath has been awesome.
Maxi just got so lucky with that Moonfall. The RNG hit everything within the radius except for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the Abyssal Dragon take, threatened again. Geo looked to pick it up, already doubling the Abyssals they picked up last game.
Yeah, Angora hasn't impressed me. I mean, both games playing so well here. I mean, especially on this Irie. Look how fed he is. 3.5k gold. The most damage on the team right now with that rank breaker finished.
Geo Esports, very, very aggressive pressure like we've been talking about, but they're not building as much of a gold lead as they should be.
Yeah, definitely. They need to start pushing objectives. They need to start invading jungle a lot more there. And look at how they're pushing here. They gotta be careful and look at that nice, beautiful position, but there's no combo.
Being a pro will be up. The Resurrect does come through. Moonfall now. Angelic Splendor as a counter. 0-8 will receive the healing, but goes down anyway. Assassin's crew need to find a response, and they've got Metal caught out. That's a major kill. Should they be able to pick it up? But I think he's gotten to safety.
Yeah, that was huge. And look, Superman coming in there. Really nice job. Mercy's going to jump on the buddy. And wow, the flicker comes just in time to escape.
Nicely done. Able to get away. Assassin's crew, though, again lose a kill uncontested.
Yeah, Lycan did a really good job there under tower. He got into their Superman and then pushed Fran out, but there's no flying spear because Slims actually No Mercy uses flying spear earlier. If he had that up and he stunned Fran when Superman pushed him away from his tower, they would have killed No Mercy instantly and easily won that lane trade and probably take the tower from there.
And the Assassin's crew actually lose a tower up top, mostly due to wave management again. That might bite them. They're trying to get revenge onto Angra. All the while, the pressure is coming through onto their bot lane. Maxine aggroing tower while Fran works away. Here's the bot lane. Elwyn did get caught out. The execute doesn't quite do enough damage. This tower is gone.
Yeah, really nice job by Gio, that 3-man rotation. But Ari Angra is just doing such a good job protecting the top lane. He's the most fed in the game. They're going to be able to protect the tower
Fran can't get
here.
it. One hit, come on, Fran.
Wow.
He can't quite make it. He's going to have to back out. They're going to need to wait for a good wave.
Yeah, again, such nice rotations there and protection. Angra doing such a good job protecting his top tower, not giving over a death.
Here's that wave. Tower will fall. In the meantime,
Tower has been
the rest of the Geo Esports team is rotating here towards mid. Buddy charges in. Elwyn with the Dark Dominion doesn't quite fall, getting the damage reduction from it and staying alive as a result.
Yeah, really nice Angelic Splendor. Again, Buddy as well. When he casts that Exuberance ultimate, Jinnar just gets extra tanky the more heroes it hits, gets that damage reduction. On top of Zenio's Angelic Splendor damage reduction is a really good combo.
I really like this. The push forward to steal the Abyssal for Assassin's crew. They're able to just snatch it away when nobody's looking, and that helps them regain gold.
Yeah, that's huge. Again, Finnick can take objectives so fast, so they gotta be careful. But look at Angora, just completely dominating his top lane. They're gonna continue to take turn. That's exactly what Ari wants to do, is dominate top lane, take the jungle, and just get super fed. Level 10, level 11 for Slims and Ari here.
Geo will now begin to work their way into the mid lane. Anger up top, doing likewise. Fran sitting tight underneath the tower. That's a lot of pressure already threatened. Fran's actually going to be stunned out in the backlines. There's the Exuberance already doing damage like it will fall. Elwyn's push back. The Resurrect is up for the being a bro. 0-8 will survive, not needing it.
Nice.
Maxine does have the HP to survive. Oh, but the flank. Agra, that's one. That's two. That's three kills in a row. Make that four as he picks up a quadra kill, turning the match in favor of Geo.
What a crazy fight there. Manofreeze actually used his Mina Bro too early and was not up for the fight there, using it on Noah, reviving Noah, but Anger coming in from the backside, and Zenio Max lasting so long with his barrier, and the focus from No Mercy onto him did such a good job, and the cleanup from Angra, the angle he came in, the Ryu ultimate was such beautiful, beautiful engage.
Assassin's crew do respawn, reaching a base that is completely devoid of towers and defenders.
Yeah, definitely here. And again, just the way that Lycan is engaging, they gotta be careful here.
He opens up a little bit too far forward. Lycan, though, just like you're saying, he comes through. The Angelic Splendor will land, healing up. There's the being a bro. Spent very early again. This time, though, 0-8 dives in. They've got 2 picks already, and No Mercy. He's isolated as well. He will barely disengage in time.
Yeah, Angra was at top lane, takes a high ground tower, gets a kill onto the Scud, and just gets away. And he wants some more.
Oh my
goodness! goodness!
That is insane! Angro, what are you doing?
That was a 1 versus 3. He just got a triple kill.
Surely not, Angro.
10
Surely
kills to
not.
his name.
Quit while you're ahead. He will leave the chain.
Oh,
the chain
beautiful
lance
chain
lands.
lance. What timing there.
Oh, Angro, stop. Chill.
But look at his build, TJ. Look at how many on his 4 T3 damage
He's
item.
10-1-1, Zooey. 10
Oh
kills.
my goodness. This is why South America prioritizes the Irie, because when the Irie gets fed and plays this well, she literally hard carries the team.
He is responsible for so much of his team's kill. That's insane. Angry, you're nuts.
Yeah, he has more kills than the entire team of Assassin's Crew right now.
Yeah. Here's the push through. Elwins will lead the way. It's going to be a difficult push onto the high ground here, but if they pick it, then they've got 3 super minions with each wave, putting Geo basically guaranteed to win the game.
Yeah, what Assassin's Crew needs to do here is they need to get pick onto the Finnick or the Crixie here. That's the key.
Angara.
The Slims or the Crixie.
Every time I see Angara's shadow in, using that little dash, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, because if they land the combo there, the Ryu ultimate with the Mina ultimate with the knock-up Nature's Wrath, that's going to be a devastating combo that Assassin's Creed can't survive from.
The super minion is beginning to crash into the base every time, drawing attention. Wave clear was managed in top lane. Ankara leading the way there. Bot lane tower will be under threat properly now as the minion wave crashes against it. Fran used the chain hammer cyclone, but 08 is already taking devastating damage. The Mega Pro Resurrect did land, but 08 is the only player to return. They do kill Ankara. However, Maxi may pay for that with his life. The Flying Spear tags freeze, but there's no wave to back up the push. He will survive. This tower does as well, but only narrowly. Now 08 returns. The tall Dark Dominion stalls things up, but it's a double kill. Surely, Lycan, why are you still alive?
That was insane, these fights. Angor did a good job, though, engaging, getting the kill on Fran underneath the high ground tower, but then they're not able to secure more kills. The teamy revival comes into play, and then they get caught out. Geo Esports was not able to convert that into any meaningful objectives and gives over a few kills to Assassin's Creed. 2 kills to be exact.
And that's a win, because Geo Esports are rapidly approaching what I call the cap, where their most important players have enough gold to be deadly, and all Assassin's Creed desperately want is to get gold there as well, so they can take losing trades so long as it keeps them relevant.
Yeah, exactly here. And you can see there, the Finnick is starting to get fed. That's 4 tier 3 damage items. Slims has also 4 as well. But this is not a good look for Fran here. You're in big trouble.
Yeah, he lingers too long, gets picked off. The power of Lycan and perhaps Maxeed. Oh, Ankara, surely not. He dives in again, picks up an uncontested kill. Now the super minions are coming through mid lane. This could be game. Buddy needs to back off. Lycan again pushes Maxeed out of his ultimate. Angelic Splendor will not come through. The Moonfall devastates the front line just as Buddy returns to the battle. They do clear wave, and Maxeed is somehow still alive until he's slain. Now, though, comes the second wave. It is all on Mana Frieze, and it will not happen today. 2-0 for Geo Esports.
First 2-0 of the season takes place as Geo Esports walks away with a handy victory in game number 2. Welcome back to the desk. It was a powerhouse play by Geo Esports each and every minute of the game, and they walked away with the win.
I didn't realize South America was going to be so exciting.
Yeah, it was so close. I mean, all these teams, Assassin's Crew should have won game 1, but all these teams are amazingly close to each other. I would never thought the skill level of South America here. I mean, it's such a joy to watch, and some superstars are already starting to come out on the Terrace battlefield.
Angaro was nuts! That was like 2-3 1v3s, that quadra kill in mid where he basically single-handedly won the game. I have not seen a star performance like that on a melee character since, like, Vex in early Season 1.
Well, we can go ahead and take a look at our AT&T replay of the game and see exactly what it was that both of these teams had, and it's the powerhouse fight to the mid that put Geo Esports on top.
Yeah, you can see here, look at the focus coming out here. Max is going to get pretty low here. Lycan comes in, puts himself in a really bad position. He's going to fall, but watch Anger come from the side here. But look at the damage coming from No Mercy. Look at Max get the barrier. He barely survives. He gets pulled in, but somehow he still survives. But look at Anger.
It's happening again, Suey.
Boom, 1, 2, 3, and then the quadra kill coming here. Oh my goodness, that was just insane plays by Angra. Amazing. That's the second ace actually of Geo Esports. Geo Esports got the ace in game 1 and won the game, and this ace really put them ahead as well in this game.
And you also have to understand when you have someone like an Irie, when you have someone of that specific ability to knock out that much damage, you have to know your limits. Yes, it's great when you know how much damage you can deal, but you also have to know when you can go in and when you can come out. Angra played that pretty much to perfection in that game number 2. He will actually end up walking away with our MVP award as well throughout the series. The Irie play, I mean, what else can you say? Double digits in kills.
Yeah, it was amazing. He had more kills than the entire enemy team had kills. I mean, the way that he was playing, the timing of it too. There's another fight under high ground tower on the bot lane. He went in under tower, casted his Ryu ultimate, and instantly killed Fran, the Finnick. I mean, the precision and the way he's playing Ahri was just such a joy to watch.
Getting to see him, like, very clearly pre-plan what was going to happen. You're like, okay, I'm just going to go in here, I'll stun 2 people, get a triple kill and win the game, and then it happens. And you can see from his positioning and the way he's setting up the scenario, he knew exactly how it was going to work out, and then he was able to, that's insane.
Well, our first 2 matches of Latin America in week number 1 have concluded. Taking a look at the standings, it is going to be Geo Esports sitting at top 2-0 with Pain Gaming and Nova sitting at 1-1. Assassin's Creed, unfortunately, sitting at 0-2. Synergy and INTZ will end up playing tomorrow as we start to see this leaderboard start to come out. Which of these teams are you most excited for that you saw today?
Yeah, I think for me, it's definitely going to be Pain Gaming. The way that they just performed, I didn't expect them at all to play against Nova. So for them to show up with that World Cup experience has been really, really great.
Geo. Okay, maybe not Geo.
Game 1 against us.
Definitely Ankara. Definitely, he's the team I'm most excited for.
Well, gentlemen, the Latin American region has shown up in full force in week number 1, but the games are not done just yet. North America is next on the menu. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the Valor series after a short refresh.